when it comes to diabetes, many conventional solution is that you maintain your blood sugar levels by taking drugs and by taking insulin. Now, while that is obviously the conventional method which has been going on for the last 15, 20, 25 years, but as we have seen that has not really helped in curing the disease. So one is about the cure, but also there's another theory that is coming up, which is saying that what impact does these drugs have on the longevity of a patient, and how is it going to be impacting it over a long-term period?
Right. I think this is a very, very interesting question. We are keeping our blood sugars maintained using drugs. Are they affecting our longevity in a good way or bad way? So I think, first of all, we have to understand this drug business is just there for 20 years, maximum 25 years or 30 years. So probably it hasn't seen that, long-term effect onto our human body. That's first. That is something we have to understand, that we still might next 10 years, 15 years, we get a lot of data and research that might prove that the strategy that we are doing today might be a counterproductive strategy in the long run, which means that it might reduce our longevity, and small data is already started coming into the space. So why I'm saying that? Now, blood sugar by itself is not a problem. Blood sugar high is because of consequence of your metabolic health is not right. Metabolic health means your machinery which is consuming your fuel is not happening right. So your mitochondria is not working properly. That is why your blood sugars are keeping high. So if you have to fix your blood sugars, you should work on the metabolism. That is your mitochondrial health. Not that you somehow reduce the blood sugars by using drugs. Now, if you don't fix, your longevity is dependent on the mitochondrial health. The healthier the mitochondria, number of the mitochondria, the quality and the quantity, you will have longevity. But then when you use a lot of drugs, you force the blood sugars into the cells, which is creating a very, very bad situation for the mitochondria. This kills the mitochondria prematurely, and killing the mitochondria prematurely will have its own consequences. Second, our body is designed for, let's say, 85 years or 90 years. The pancreas also have the same lifetime. Now, what happens when you take certain drugs which are forcing the pancreas to release more insulin, thereby temporarily we are bringing the sugars down, you are prematurely killing the pancreas also. As a consequence, a lot of type 2 diabetics become type 1 eventually, because we are not addressing the right cause. We're just somehow doing a patch of work. We just forcefully, with the use of the drugs, want to reduce blood sugar. So the good strategy is you work on the metabolic health, which means your mitochondria has to become healthy. For that, you have to create right conditions. As you do that, your type 2 diabetes will go away, instead of just forcing blood sugars down.
Great. So are you saying that by continuing to live with medications for a diabetic patient for life, they will not only get complications, but also their overall health will get compromised?
Absolutely. This is a big possibility, and it is, data is coming. So probably next 5-10 years we'll have more elaborate data on the side effects of the very, very harsh drugs that we're using just to bring down the blood sugars without fixing the metabolic health.
If you could just elaborate on what side effects are you seeing as a clinician in diabetic patients?
Right. For example, one of the drugs that is used in the recent times is pressurizing the kidneys to release the sugars, so they don't absorb the sugar back, and they're just passing the sugars into the urine. Now, this high blood sugar because of the low metabolic function. So we are not fixing the metabolic function, but we are just wanted to lower down the blood sugar. So we are taking a drug to pressurize the kidney to release more sugars out of that. That drug will eventually cause a problem to the kidneys. In fact, one of the adverse effects of that drug is to some damage on the kidneys. So we have seen some people where the kidney function is compromised after taking a drug. Of course, they probably for shorter term their blood sugars are maintained, but the kidney function is getting compromised in the process.